this together here on top 105.3. Uh, yes, we are live here on top 105.3. So we'd like to hold it there. If you want to continue the interview, you just turn to Smart Radio. But for now, it's about time that we bring you the program that back to D4 here on top 105.3. So those of you also watching us online, you can share the broadcast so that Allah will be able to follow us here this wonderful evening. I would like to say good evening if you are there in Putu, Penacon, Kunabo, Ziatown, Zaitown. We let us say good evening and welcome to Top 105.3. And this is the broadcasting 600 Teach Our People Communications Incorporated. So we have about roughly 9 minutes up to 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock tonight, our guest is going to be here. He also is a panelist, but he's going to be providing, some good information here tonight that is very much important. You tune into Top 105.3 and listen to this program. I beg today for, yeah, there are a lot of information that I'm going to be diving into tonight. Discussion, critical discussion that we're going to be diving into, and it's very educated. So I would like to encourage you tonight that you tune to Top 105.3 and be part of it. Yeah, tune to Top 105.3 and be part of it tonight. Let's see if we can get our theme song pretty wide, and then we begin the program here quickly. Let's see if we can get it. Just keep posting around, folks. Those of you watching us online, continue to share the broadcast. Continue to share the broadcast. If you can share to 100 group pages, we appreciate it tonight. Just continue to share this broadcast. Share it to any other group that you are following. We're going to appreciate you for that. Yeah, continues to share to other group pages and chat room that you are following, so that other can be able to be part of it here. This wonderful evening on top 105.3. Share that we can get more for us tonight. Let's go here and welcome Mr. Archie Wright. Mr. Wright, good evening.
Good evening, Alexander. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How's everything?
Everything is good, but the
Okay.
cold is not good. Cold here today, my man. Not easy. Yeah. We're expecting snow this weekend. So
Mm.
it's very, very cold. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, my brother. It's good. But anyway, we'll remain upbeat because tonight we do have a wonderful guest coming to the studio,
Mhm.
along with other people that are going to be along with him. So the guest is no one other but our dynamic counselor, Mr. Um, P. Alphonsus Zia.
Mhm.
He's going to be talking on issues that relate to the LEC and the LIB energy. You're going to talk about Putu Mountain concession. You're going to talk about the Universal Liberia. And if we have extra time, we're going to delve into his teaching at the Universal Liberia in the era of mass communication there.
Okay.
So, I mean, we're covering a lot of issues. So we look forward to them coming to the studio in the meantime. I told them 5 minutes. Wait until they come, and I'll hand it back to you.
All right. So that's it for ski following here, and don't you go away tonight. We're going to be here up to 12 o'clock in the morning, and Councilor Zia is going to be here. Had a lot of things to discuss about critical issue that we'll be diving into here on top 105.3. So just keep posted and don't you go away. Those of you watching online, continue to share to other group chat, other group pages that you are following, so that other can be able to follow this show and be educated. So continue to share it. If you can share to 100 group pages, we're going to appreciate you for sharing our live broadcast but continue to share and share to other pages that you are following. Have roughly about 5 minutes or 10 o'clock, and pretty soon they will be here tonight. So just keep posted and don't you go away. Let me see if I can get it in some quick as we are waiting to be here. Yeah.
You very much.
Keep posted, folks, and don't you go away. Let's see if we can get the thing some quickly. We can get 30 wide tonight. We're going to bring Cape here as we await our panelists to join us here this evening. Just keep it stay. Don't you go away. 4 minutes up to 10 o'clock. 10. They will be joining us here. Yeah, like to trying to get our things on here 30 wide. And trust me, if we got 30 wide to not bring it to your doorstep. Yeah. But continue to share the live broadcast, right? Continue to share the live broadcast. Don't you go away, share it to any other group pages that you are following. Continue to share it, share, and let all be able to follow here this evening. Our guest coming up on the show is Councillor Alfonso Zion. You're going to be here appearing tonight on this program. I beg to day 4. So just keep posted and don't you go away. Let's see if I can get TDY from uh, here tonight. Yeah, just continue to share the live broadcast. Any money. Continue to share, folks. Continue to share the live broadcast. We have 2 minutes up to 10, and our panel is going to be joining us very, very soon. So just continue to share the live broadcast and don't forget to mention where you following us from. Yeah, just drop your comment there. We're going to read out tonight. Ready? Okay. So that's it. Continue to share the broadcast. Don't you go away. We're trying to get our son here quickly. Like I told you, very, very shortly, our guests are going to be here. Continue to share the broadcast. Don't you go away. Yeah.
Akwụsịrị ahụ ibebe Jaruji wa Jaja twezi agwa gbagwe Tere wa we Yo wa dele
That's it. Keep pushing on to go the way. Let's look at jobs. This evening. Let's keep pushing on to go the way. Okay, yes, you can join them. Yeah.
All right, Alexander, we got the guest in studio. The counselor is with us. Counselor, do you mind changing your name tag because something what can trip me sometimes when I refer to you, I say Mr. Zia instead of me saying counselor because you don't have the counselor to your name there.
Well, yes. Um,
Oh, wait, that's fine. I mean, I want when I
I
look
mean,
at
it's, it doesn't, it doesn't matter really. It doesn't matter.
it. Good. That's
It
good.
does,
When
it
you
doesn't
sound good.
matter.
All right.
Yeah, it's
So how
okay.
you doing today, sir? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. I mean, I just came from work, but
Okay.
yeah. So I just prepare for the show and then take a nap and then get back to work tomorrow. So, but I'm doing great.
Okay. Excellent. How's the weather there in Monrovia?
It's fine. The sun is shining. We're in a dry season.
Okay.
Where it rains occasionally. Yeah,
Right. That's what I heard. And I said people are wondering, maybe it's the weather thing
yeah,
that is going on and what have you.
yeah, yeah,
That's good. It's good to have you.
yeah,
You look to be in good health. You look
yeah.
shining, my
Sure.
friend.
Yeah, sure. Try my best to take care of myself.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Gotta
that's
take care of
great. That's
yourself.
great. So it's good to
Yeah,
have you, and the other panelists will be joining us soon.
yeah, sure.
Um, so you want us to take at least 5 minutes, just to give them five
Sure,
minutes. So
sure.
because the guy from LIB is coming on, I'm told we should have two of them. The other guy from
Okay,
last night and the other guy that is in charge of the
yeah,
Grand Leader section of LIB. So
okay.
yeah,
That's
so we
great.
should have the two of them. So
Okay,
let's give them at least 5 minutes and then we'll get the show running. Alex,
no
you're back to
problem.
you.
No problem.
Let's get the sun rolling and then we'll wait until the other panelists come in.
Okay, okay. So that's just continues to share the broadcast. Let's see who is this person. I'm watching you guys from News Radio Community. That's Thomas Toy. Let's get this next comment here this evening. So, good evening. I'm watching you live from my Johnsonville community. That's Samuel Fire. Okay, kid. Let's see if we can get it in some very quick here from Google. Tell you why you. It's another great time to be here tonight on this platform. Good evening, folks. pleasant welcome to program Back to D4. And of course, we're here tonight. We have our guest in the studio. My name is Young Bao AB Donkey. I'm here tonight on this platform with the co-host, Mr. Archie Wright. And our guest tonight is Councillor Alphonsus Zion, who is going to be here for the next hour and some minutes, hopefully. We are going to be discussing some great issues here tonight on this platform. So whatever the case is, and however it's going to be like, let's say good evening and welcome. We hope that you share this broadcast tonight and let's have a wonderful, wonderful time tonight with the conversation. It's going to be a wonderful one. And I hope, yes, that we can definitely have some ample time discussing issues. We also have Mr. Fred, the veteran Smith, here tonight with us. So let me see where we can go to welcome Fred Smith, and then we can be able to take it up from there because it's 7 minutes after 10 p.m. in Liberia. So let me see. Yeah, Mr. Smith, good evening. Welcome to the platform. How are you?
Yeah, good evening. I don't know who I'm speaking with, but
Smith.
somebody new. Somebody new. Your name, I can you hear me?
I'm here. Yeah, go ahead. How are you? How you doing?
Pretty good. Who am I speaking with? You look new to me.
This is not a new person, though. This is Abraham.
Oh, that Ibrahim Duncan look like that? He look good on there. Television make you look good, man. What you did with your hair? Is the new look? The new year?
That's my
the
look,
new
obviously.
year look? Ah, man, you look like why you call yourself, man? Someone who passionate about book, into the book with your glasses on. They have a name that we call them. Yeah, I just can't remember. Yeah. Anyway, welcome. I'm here to participate in my name, the prayer, the veteran Smith. I have my tablet today. I'm using my tablet, so everything's strange. So I'm adjusting to it. I'm not using my phone. I'm using my tablet. So I hope my contribution today will be unique. Then I'm using my tablet.
But you have a clear audio output anyway.
So what, the contribution changes based on the device? Okay.
Yeah. I try to see what will happen today. You know,
Okay. What we
my
want you to
first
do
time.
now is we want you to shift the laptop.
Okay.
There you go. Now we can see the two.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Well, we also have, there you go, Mr. Elton. Okay. AB, welcome. So you're gonna be on the show the whole night, right? Is that what it is for the whole night?
I'm here.
Okay, good.
I'm here.
All right, great. We were supposed to get the Jared from LIB and then Mr. Hutch from the other side of LIB. Spoke of Hutch. Hutch is coming on. I'm not sure. Jared, Stickle told me Jared is supposed to be on. I hope I'm calling his right name. The guy who is in charge of LIB from Tapeta to Grandview. That's his section.
He's Jerry Carr.
Jerry Carr. So AB, if you can reach out to Jerry Carr and tell him, that we are on set so that he can join us, that'll be great. But in the meantime, we're going to begin the program with the guests because we are 10 minutes into the program. So we're going to go around the table as usual. And then just introduce ourselves to the guests, and then the guests will be the last of coming, and then we'll just roll into the program like that. I'm Archie Wright. I'm the co-host of the program. I'm here all throughout the week. It's good to be here, and it's good to have you all here tonight on this beautiful night. We're going to be discussing a lot of important things that matter to the public, and hopefully, you turn into it, and that when the night is over, you would have taken away something much more valuable to you that you use going forward. Let me now go to the next candidate, Mr. Elton. Mr. Elton, please speak to the audience and introduce yourself to the guests, please.
Well, interestingly, my name is Elston, the legend. We say I'm
Elston, and not Elton.
You're perfectly fine. It happens. People kind of negate the S.
Forget
But in any event,
it.
I'm former journalist myself, and I have an interesting fun about Alfonso Zion. So he came into the limelight before me. So I always have this joke because I knew by 10th, 11th grade I was going to be a journalist. So whenever he's on the radio, he introduces himself. I'm Alfonso Zion. So I used to admire that, and I used to say that before I got on the radio in Liberia. So yeah, that's an interesting thing I wanted to share with you. But it's my pleasure being back on the platform.
Thank you, Mr. Elston. Man, I would guess he's a jack of all trades. I didn't know that. Just hearing it. Mr. Fred, the veteran. Fred.
Oh, with my device. I'm learning how to use my tablet, so you forgive me. Anyway, welcome to the platform that is growing rapidly in the eastern region and beyond the eastern region. And by the time we reach Monrovia, I think they will be calling our names. So we're starting slow, but we are getting there. So I'm so happy that last night I met a distinguished, I would say, professor of media at the University of Liberia, not knowing Mr. Zion. And the subject he wanted to touch on, we'll do that another time, but I'm interested in that subject. So it's a pleasure being on the platform with you, Mr. Zion. Professor Zion, me giving his title. Professor Zion. And to my fellow panelists, legend, I hope we see you often as possible, and we'll get used to you. How can you call yourself former journalist? A journalist, always a journalist. How you call yourself former?
I agree wholeheartedly, but I'm not actively practicing, so I like to do the due diligence to say,
you use my word that became popular in Liberia when I was on radio, Fabry, when I was interviewing Louis Brown, and he was flip-flopping, and I
we'll come back to Louis Brown, the veteran Smith. We'll come back to Louis. Let's go. Abraham, please introduce yourself to the guests, and then we'll go to the guests, and then we'll begin the program.
Thank you. So, Mr. Zion, Councilor Zion, let me say good evening again to you. We've been knowing each other. It's been a bit of time now. I know I'm not strange to Councilor Zion. Likewise, that he's not strange to me because we've had several conversations as it relates to the Central Bank of Liberia and Grand GDEH, and in fact, even some other engagements with the JPC. I remember the time of the Burkinabe's entry to Grand GDEH County. There were a series of occasions that we interacted, but the legal proceedings are followed. So yes, let me say, Councillor, welcome again to the platform. I beg to differ, and good evening to all of our followers, those who are following us in Radio Land or those who are following us via the Facebook platform. This is one of your most listened to show, and very, very informative, your supreme talk show in southeastern Liberia in the evening hours. Welcome to it, and let's have some great time to interact here tonight.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I don't like that last southeastern angle we put into this show. This show is heard all around the world. It's live on the internet. It's live on Facebook and live on YouTube. This is worldwide. So you better stop by
Yes, yes, you're right.
thank
Obviously,
you.
we will get adjusted to that.
So
Our broadcast has been basically in the southeast, so I mean we are kind of used to that. But I'm certain we will definitely adjust, and we will definitely get used to it.
okay, thank you. That's great. Yeah, because you walk one on AB, everybody around the world can see you now. Him some little
Yeah.
You are right. You are right.
you're a fun boy, people can see you. So thank you so much, Mr. Duncan. So we'll now go to our guest, Councillor P. Alphonsus Zion. Councillor, welcome to the program. I beg to differ. You are not stranger here. So welcome and please take it away. Introduce yourself and let go into the program for the night.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Wright. Let me say thank you to all of the folks on this show. It's a pleasure to join you for the second night in the discussion. My name is Alfonso Zion, a journalist, a practicing lawyer. I am the senior partner for Justice Advocates Law Group. We open our law offices in SHEKU, GDEH County, specifically helping to advise our people and raise awareness about the land rights law so that they can be guided about it. We handle cases at the court in SHEKU, in Monrovia. I work for Central Bank, but I do a lot of other things as well. I just published a book called it's published by Durance, a Pittsburgh-based publishing corporation called Inadequate Justice, Charles State of Sierra Leone. You can go to Amazon and then you put in the name or you put my name and you will get a copy. So, but it's good to have these discussions about Nigeria, about Liberia, about global issues, because I think part of the work that we're doing is to enrich the public discussion and provide context so that people are informed as to what's happening in our community. So it's a pleasure. I will try my best as possible to be around, to be on the show, to contribute to this discussion and to advance our public discourse. So I'm happy to be here. I look forward to a vibrant discussion tonight. Thank you.
So there are three things we want to try to handle tonight.
Right.
So we're going to begin from the bottom up. So let's begin with the University of Grangita County. We were supposed to have somebody from the faculty here tonight with us to engage us on this topic, at least to give us a
Right.
contour, view why you express your concern about what is happening there. However, nevertheless, we're going to continue with the discussion tonight. Hopefully, we can either Dr. Boto or somebody from the faculty at the university will be watching, and they can come in and provide their side of the argument of the topic here tonight. So, Councilor Zion,
Right.
what are your concerns with the current state of affairs at the University of Grangita County?
So, well, thank you very much. I think there are a few things I'm concerned about. In November of 2025, I was invited by the Student Council government to induct the officers newly elected. I attended the program. I had an opportunity to see the campus. I think there are a few issues. One, they sort of the structure of the setup of the faculty is very important. Like I said last night, it's not just in name that you run a university. For you to be a university, there has to be qualified teachers. When you're offering a bachelor's degree, it means most of the teachers are supposed to be master's degree holder, to be PhD. There should be research programs. Um, and some of these people have to be experts. So from the discussion last night, we understand that the university is making tremendous efforts in terms of trying to build the capacity of the staff, the teaching staff. But the point is that when the university announces it will start active academic activity in March of this year, at the same time, providing training to people who will be teaching, we're just wondering what is the level of preparation for the faculty who will be offering bachelor's degree, will be teaching students who are candidates for bachelor's degree, and how prepared are they in terms of delivering, the lesson that they will be teaching and producing some of the students. So that's one. I mean, the second thing is, besides that, it will be important also that it's not just a question of the name, but the support has to be provided. Dr. Goto is doing quite very well. He's campaigning and lobbying across the world for support. But if we decide that we want a university, we need to put, the support that is necessary to stand up a university. And that was the question that I asked yesterday. What was the local government doing in terms of the county development funds? How much support is being given to the university so that we stand it up? I mean, like I said yesterday, the statistics that we get from the 2022 census report is that the Great GDEH has 1.9% of students who go to university and complete college education. That is below the national level. So if we want education, which is part of our county development agenda, we have to make the deliberate effort to provide support in addition to what central government is providing. I mean, the budgetary support that Dr. Puto spoke about yesterday. I mean, it's actually not just the name, but for me, it's the support that we will provide to the university to make sure that this university, will stand up and be an institution that's viable enough and that can deliver quality education to staff, I mean, to students in Grand. But beyond that, also, we also need to find a way to improve the capacity and the of the teaching staff so that they can be able to deliver. That's beyond that. We need to talk about research. We need a library. We need science lab. We even need research areas that can be set up, research projects that can be set up. So there is a lot to a university as opposed to a name. At this point, I'm not very sure that we're really capacitated and ready to run a full-scale university. We're beginning at a level where it will be difficult to get off the ground. So those are my concerns in the initial stage of the discussion.
Okay, thank you. I will go. Elston, you got a question for the counselor?
Certainly.
All right.
Let me begin by stating to you that it's a pleasure sharing the platform with you, Mr. Zion, Councillor Zion. And
Right.
I'll contextualize my question. We don't have an exact figure from the top of my head for Grenadians residing in the great United States of America, but it just behooves me to tell our listening audience that the population of Grenadians in America should be very huge, considering the war and the amount of people that fled to migrate to the great United States. So are you occupying an influential position in the country? Are you in touch with Grenadians here that you can come and speak with so that they can provide some of the expertise? There are a lot of educated Grenadians across the board in the great US of A. Are you in touch with them? And do you intend to come and engage with them so that they can go back
Well,
home?
I mean,
Thank you.
okay. Yeah, so certainly, we do speak with a number of Nigerians who are in the States, and sort of enlist support back home on a general level. I haven't spoken to a group in the States specifically about the support for Grand University. But I think it's a work in progress that all of us can be able to contribute. But the point is, if people in the states will sort of provide support to the university, we at home, at the county level, at the legislative level, at the private level, must sort of demonstrate that we need this university, that we can support it, that we need education, that we need qualified people. So, and then if people see our support to Dr. Poto and to the university, I'm sure that people can be able to contribute. Dr. Poto disclosed yesterday that there is a Grandian lady who husband was encouraged and he donated $1 million toward the university. So we do have a lot of goodwill, but we need to demonstrate that we need this university, we need manpower development so that people can also support us, people can be able to help us.
You're muted.
Yeah, Counselor, you're muted.
I'm not muted.
I think
Are
he
you
answered
getting
the
me?
question, Elston.
Oh
So,
no, yeah, that was my question. I was inferring you. I thought you were muted. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you thought I was muted. Okay. Veteran Smith, do you have any question for the counselor on this topic?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I'm hearing you.
Okay.
It appears you're still struggling with your
I'm
gadget.
still talking, but no problem. But because a faculty isn't here and a representative from the school isn't here, let me be a double advocate.
Uh-oh.
Your criticism of the college, do you think, are you too harsh? Especially the university, just, you have to crawl before you walk. And so they're getting there, but they're not there yet, but they're crawling toward like a baby crawl before you walk. If
Right.
it's not so, what are you trying to warn them about before, when they crawl, they can follow your advice before they walk? Why are you telling them, taking all of that into consideration?
Well, I mean, Mr. Smith, it's not a criticism, really. We had a discussion last night, and Dr. Boto was very frank. He disclosed a lot of projects we're initiating. The point I'm making is that there is a challenge that exists in standing up a university. And as a people who need education, because like I said last night, if you read the Grand GDEH County Development Agenda, the 2012 and the 2025 Development Agenda, we also re-emphasize the question of education as a pillar of our development objective. So the point I'm making is we're making efforts to stand up a university. Dr. Boto is doing tremendously well. He's lobbying across the world. We have an obligation to help him because it's not complete. We got a challenge with teaching staff. We need to build our own cadre of teachers. We have a challenge with our infrastructure. We have a challenge with books. We have a challenge with financial support. So it's not only left with the university to struggle. We have an obligation to support it. So I'm raising both the challenge, but I'm also making a clearing call to stakeholders to support the university. And that's what I'm saying. So I'm raising the issues, but I'm also saying these are the issues, but we also have an obligation to support and address these issues. So that's how I see it. It's not a criticism, so to speak.
So where do you see right now that the university is doing right, and what do you see the university is doing wrong that you can help them, get to the point that you want to be? Saying you have the support from the community abroad and at home to help you.
I think there is great courage to stand up a university, to build a university. We have a space. When I inducted the student government in November in Grand GDEH County at the university, they were talking about a project they wanted to undertake, and some of the structures are still not complete. So there is a lot that we need in terms of infrastructure. We need electricity, we need water on the campus. Yes, issue of transportation, you know, um, faculty housing. So there is a lot that we need to do. But there is courage. The school is getting up off the ground. We have a structure. So we're moving towards building a university. We are not there yet, but it takes a collective effort of all of us. And that's all it's important for us to continue to speak about it so that all of us can, mobilize resources and support the university. Every dime is important in this instance so that we can help. There are people who are qualified in the states, that Dr. Boto said last night. You don't have to physically be in graduate before you teach. You can teach, virtually. So if you're educated, you got a master's degree, you got a PhD degree, could you put some time aside and contribute to the university? So that's the point.
Okay, so thank you, Veteran Smith. We got Mr. Brown, Mr. Othello Brown with us, Councilor Brown. So, Councilor Brown, I'm going to give you one question on this to the council, and then we'll move on to the next topic. We're going 30 plus minutes now. We got two other topics to tackle. So, on the issue of the University of Grand Gita County, do you have any questions for Councilor Z?
The guests and the
Okay, great.
panelists. I want to speak to them first. So I just come in and I didn't get anything at all. I've only heard him talking about you get PhD, you get masters, you can teach because by teaching by lecture, as a so I don't know where he took the story from to come. So I'm very sorry.
So let me. We're talking. The topic is about the University of Grand Gita. He thinks there's a lot that needs to be done, and how do we work with Dr. Boto to move it forward? And this is why you heard he's saying if you hold master or PhD in unit diaspora, there are other methods through which you can be able to assist through teaching.
Thank you, Mokam Grand Gita. I'm from Ebe. So anything that affect my people will also affect me. But the matter of fact, I don't want to limit, fact that's his view and how you look at it. But I don't just want to debate it to, we need help. If you get PhDs, you can't get masters, you can't. There are other people who do not have PhD, there are other people who do not have masters, but they can help in different form and manner. So I don't really want to restrict his appeal for assistant to PhD or a master degree to come and teach. There are other people there, they can provide services that the university needs. You look at the university to Gallo Valley down there, the university down a whole lot of stuff. The university down there, I don't know. They don't have an auditorium. You see the university, they don't have the recreation area like to go play basketball and what have you, football pitch, with carpet and what have you. That place, they need some, Palava houses then to be there for study and what have you. There are more things that university need right down there. So I don't want to reduce it. Even we will propose what we're supposed to then start relating with it that the university already there. There's a need go to and we try to liaise with the Putu IO Mountain so that they can have a department of geology in that particular university.
Okay, we're gonna Putu IO is our next topic. So I don't want you to go to Putu now. So let's keep going university.
Yeah. So all in all, I don't want his appeal or help to be limited to faculty to say, so we need it. Get master, get PhD, I'm a help, there are more people in this country, even that all over that could be people with a little they have, with a little. So I just want to add on him that he should not reduce it to teaching style that you have PhD, you have masters, or what have you. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Brown, you probably want to adjust your volume because I think you're coming in and out. Okay. Yeah, your volume was not too clear. You're coming in and out. Mr. Sims, you want to comment to what he said, or you want us to move on?
Well, certainly. I think he said he was not listening to me, but I think he sort of summarized what I just said. The support we're seeking for the university is not restricted to teaching. He's absolutely right. I spoke of infrastructure challenge. I talk about books. I talk about teaching staff. I talk about finance. I talk about electricity and water. Everything that a university needs to be able to run effectively, we need that. So yes, the appeal is not restricted to teaching staff. It's comprehensive, and we look forward to that. We want to beseech the county authorities, the people in the legislature, to move forward and add to what the central government is providing so that together we can build a vibrant university that is able to raise the manpower that we need for the development of the county and the country.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Great.
Can I go further a question?
Sure.
Last night, the president, I forgot his name, but he was here last night, and he talked highly of the bold steps that the university is taking.
Right.
Can you help a model where we can get government support, citizen support, alumni as a support, all of these different support put together to uplift the university? If there is a way of structuring the financial support together, what would you suggest? How would that be undertaken and not limiting it to government alone?
So my suggestion would be that we need to sort of look at the allocation of our county development fund within the context of our county development agenda. There are three key things that are outlined in the Grand Cheetah County Development Agenda. We want roads, we want education, we want health. Those are the three priorities. If we have the county development fund within the context of what government is providing and the revenue sharing arrangement, we need to dedicate specific funding to education in the county, to health, while the government takes care of the roads. I mean, beyond the university, Grand Cheetah County does not even have a standing county scholarship that will support students who merit scholarship. So there's a question of what do we do with the resources that we get? So my suggestion would be we meet at the county level, county council, we determine what we have. We must apportion the resources consistent with the county development agenda. That's what we need to do. Once we are able to manage the small that we have, we can now go out to be able to ask for help. We can establish university relationships where we can do student exchange program, or we can send our students, to be able to advance and come back to university to teach. But it has to start with ourselves. The world is challenged economically. People have their own domestic problems. For them to be able to give you support, they must see you being able to demonstrate that you will help and that you are helping yourself. So the first line of support we need to do is to define the allocation of our county development funds within the context of what is a priority for the county. That's what I think. Then beyond that, we can mobilize extra resources from what the government is providing and are the people who are in the diaspora. Because people have to be accountable. People have to put the resources where they think is necessary, consistent with the priorities. And when that is done, I think we can encourage a lot of people around the world who can be able to act on what we're giving, what the government is giving.
Can't hear you. We're not hearing you.
Yo, sorry, I was muted, my man. So, yeah, thank you, Councillor. So this concludes our first segment of the show. We're now moving into the next segment. And thank God, Mr. Jerry Carr has just joined us in studio. Mr. Jerry Carr is the manager of LIB Energy that is in charge of the area from Tapeta to Grand County. I am informed. So he will confirm that. Mr. Carr, at this time, I want to say welcome to I Beg to Differ. Welcome him. We were just about to go into the topic and then you show up. So thank you so much. We do have Councillor P. Alphonsus Zion here, who has concern with your company and the services you provide. And so we're going to have you to counterbalance what Mr. The councillor will say. But before we go into that, I want you to introduce yourself to the panelists and your listening audience.
Am I clear?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Thank you very much. My name is Jerry Carr, and I'm the manager of Grand GDEH Tablet ARCHIE.
Okay.
Can you admonish everyone else to mute while he's speaking if you're not speaking?
Maybe. Mr. Carr, okay, I think. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah. Mr. Carr, you done?
Yeah. I get it myself. Yes.
Okay, good. So now we'll pass it on to the councillor, and he will state his concern again, like I said, with your company and the service that your company provides, and then we'll bring you in to counter what he says. Okay. So please, fellow panelists, can we all just mute so that we can allow this audience?
Good thing, Mr. Wright. And Mr. Carr, welcome. It's good to speak with you. So let me just provide a short background in this context. So LIB Energy signed what they call the Electricity Distribution Asset Assignment and Power Supply Agreement for 5 years on the 30th of March in 2023. That agreement was amended on October 1, 2023, and the agreement was extended for 15 years with an optional period of 5 years. Hello? Are you getting me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Councillor.
Right.
I think Mr. Carr wants to talk. I muted him, so you want me to unmute him.
I want for Mr. Zion to come back with a question. I lost you guys along the way.
Yeah. So I was not asking the question. I was just providing the background, right? And then I will come to the key issues. The key issue in the Southeast, in Grand GDEH and in River G and other areas, is that LIB Energy has not been able to provide electricity that meets the quality, the standard, and the satisfaction of the residents. So we're seeing protests, we're seeing lawmakers speaking, and people have concerns about LIB Energy. And the problem that I am speaking of, for me, I take it from two perspectives. One, I believe that after this contract was signed, the Liberia Electricity Corporation is not monitoring this contract in terms of compliance by LIB Energy. That's one. The second point is that LIB Energy as an institution has not been able to do due diligence in terms of the assets that is being transferred to it. So for example, there is Article 17 called Reporting and Audit. 17.1.1 say LIB Energy must maintain an asset registry. And what it means is that upon the signing of an agreement, LIB Energy now has to do an assessment of what is left with it, what is taken over, so that it will help to provide electricity. Now, when we listen to the manager last night talking about the inherited poles that were damaged, for me, that is a responsibility of LIB Energy because the agreement says it must maintain an asset registry. So upon signing the agreement, LIB Energy had an obligation to do an asset registry and provide to LEC, this is the asset we're taking over. These assets are in this condition. And then we now have to see how we can be able to make amends. They did not do that. If they did, I don't know for a fact. The second thing is the agreement also provide 17.1.3 provider that LRB Energy must maintain a consumer information. There must be billing, there must be collection, all information must be stored. There must be electricity consumption forecasts, meaning that it has to anticipate in advance the number of villages are available, people who are willing to get electricity, what it would take to give them electricity, how many villages are there, what connections are responsible, who is willing to pay. That assessment needs to be done so that when you take over the asset, you have a clear sense of the obligation you are inheriting. So I'm not sure that these things were done. So LRB Energy now faces a situation from Tapeta to Maryland. It has a vast area it needs to cover. It does not have the resources. It's inheriting a system that is not fully operational. Some of the equipment and poles are damaged. So we have a problem of the support and the supply of quality electricity. Now, the last thing I'd like to say is, when you look at the event of default in the contract, 21.2, they say failure to maintain the minimum service quality due to inadequate network investment, contrary to investment plan. What it means is that LRB Energy put forward an investment plan that it will be able to invest XYZ into the system. Now, with these complaints coming forth, the question is whether, consistent with the investment plan, LRB Energy has been able to live up to it. And if it is not living up to it, does that constitute failure to provide minimum service quality? So LEC now needs to say, look, LRB Energy, you are not living up to the terms of the contract. We can be able to assist you, or this constitute default. We can be able to make an adjustment. So those are the issues. Those are the issues. I think you are muted. Mr. Ryan, you may be muted.
I can come in.
Yeah, Jerry, please. I'm sorry. I always forget I'm on mute. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Sion. Let me be friend with Mr. Alfonso Sion. He's one person I follow during my days when I was in Monrovia. I used to listen to him on the radio, reporting for Radio Verita. And it's my pleasure tonight to share this unique platform with Mr. Sion. Mr. Sion, all what you just listed and what you just outlined in a contract, all what you said was done with LEC. When LRB Energy was about to take over, there was an asset infantry in Grand County where I control from Tapeta to SHEKU. We did an asset infantry where LEC left with Leap Energy. And LEC came with an engineer, a technician, the administrator, and we check all of the assets, and we monitor the poles. And LEC saw the poles were very, very deployable condition. Even the vegetation, LEC left everything with Leap Energy. But LEC was to come back to say, yes, all of the things that we did is our fault. We should assess Leap Energy to face the problem, because it's ready for SHEKU where I control the electricity is just 20%. Out of 100%, LEC only did 20%. So Leap Energy should carry on a balance 80% to expand electricity to the federal community in SHEKU. And also we did an assessment from Tapeta to SHEKU where we have over 14 towns. In our agreement, Leap Energy should provide electricity to those 14 towns. And Leap Energy outlined their timetable that in year 1, year 2, year 3, we do this, we do that, and everything was spelled out when we went at the city hall to present our action plan. And in year 1 was to recruit our staff. In year 2, ARCIE came in and they asked us to meter all of the customers, the existing customers that are on the network. Further on our part will be fine. So our initial plan was to face the problem that LEC left with us and make sure that the people in Gallaville, the people in Penal community have quality electricity. But ARCIE having to be the body responsible to regulate electricity in our country, mandated Leap Energy to carry on metering. So we left our previous action plan and we started metering customer. So in this 2026, we are starting our expansion work in Grand GDEH. We have started planning pools in some community, apart from the government sponsored project. LRB Energy is also expanding all own community in SHEKU and other part of our control area. For the issue of Maryland and River G, it's a problem that we met there when LEC left the grid. My colleague from Maryland, he was so John. I think you can send a link with him. He will give you more clarity to the issue in Maryland. That's something that LEC is aware of. The problem in River G. For SHEKU, our problem here is expansion. In expansion, we are doing it gradually. The people in SHEKU can see what we've been doing over the past months. We are working to make sure that all of our control areas have electricity from Tapeta to SHEKU. Am I clear, Mr. Zion?
Yes,
You're clear. I'm listening to you. I'm getting you.
Yeah. So the point you made is all the layout in the contract, and LRB Energy having to be a young company. We are making sure to address all of the issue. When LRB Energy took over the first year, we were having a lot of power outages. But in our second and third year, we're having a little bit of stability. The people in Israel, you can tell you that the current Israel have been stable for the past time. What we are doing right now is to carry on expansion.
Mr. Carr, you done?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll come in when any percent arrive.
Exactly. So let's do it that way. Councilor, do you want to come back with further? You want to get clarity on what he said, or do you think he's sufficient to answer your questions?
Well, one of the things I wanted to ask is that because
let go one at a time so that he can be able to answer them. I don't want you to.
Okay.
Yeah, one at a time. If you got one question, he posted it, he answered, we'll move on.
Okay. So I wanted to understand, because the agreement also provides that LEC will sort of help LRB Energy in terms of negotiating for duty-free privileges in the case LRB wants to import electrical materials. Because if the assets being overtaken by LRB Energy are damaged, the company now has to import new equipment so that it will be able to expand electricity. And so part of the agreement provides for obligation for LEC. So I wanted to get from him clearly whether some of these obligations, like duty-free privilege negotiations, are being done by LEC to facilitate the expansion of electricity by LRB Energy.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Young. We are then getting our support from LEC whenever we are bringing material from Cote d'Ivoire, we get a duty-free privilege. So it is correct. We are being in a situation to help us.
Wonderful. Okay.
Any further questions, Councilor?
So one of the things that I also want to find out is that the investment plan that was drafted by LRB Energy, because you see, electricity provision is very expensive. So you can plan from the beginning, but in terms of the implementation, you have challenges. But so I wanted to understand from him, consistent with the investment plan that you submitted to LEC for expansion of electricity in the southeast or the areas you cover, whether you've been able to exceed target of that investment plan, or you are still under the capitalization of the investment plan you provided for.
We are in line with our action plan, because we are going by the investment plan. The target that we set for expansion is 2028. 2028 is our target to expand electricity to all parts of our control area in the Southeast. 2028.
Okay, so here's what I want to say before I move to the other panelists. If you're watching us from the Southeast, from Monrovia, whatever, please share the show. This program, this time of the program now is important to everybody. It doesn't matter where you are, Southeast or where in Liberia. Liberia is challenged with electricity. We know that this is a nationwide problem. It's not unique to no one particular region. So please share the show, and if you can, come in and chime into the show. At this time now, AB, I will hand the show to you because I got to go run and do something. But I think I will go to the veteran Smith to ask either one of the two guests, either Mrs. Zia or Derek Carr. Thank you. Correct.
Okay. Let me start with the LRB Energy. I asked a question yesterday, and the question, our Mr. Hodge did not answer the question. So let me give you a chance to answer the question. I know he talked about the challenges that they encounter with LEC. And so my question mainly is about, on one side, you're dealing with LEC. On the other side, you're dealing with Ivory Coast. And then you have your own blueprint to make this thing work. How are you going to make the Eastern region work? Master plan. As I put it, you have a master plan. You have a master plan how the Eastern region will work, or how you electrify the Eastern region. You have the plan. LRB Energy. And then on the left side, LEC, you work in partnership with LEC. On the other side, you work in partnership with Ivory Coast. Looking at all of the challenges and your own master plan, how do you see the Eastern region? You just talked about 2028. How will the Eastern region solidify your plan, your master plan, to make the Eastern region like any top city in the world that people have traveled to, based on your master plan that you have? That was the question I didn't get answer.
Yeah, we are not only working with LEC, we are also working along with the regulator, the ARCHIE, because these are people that and tell all how we run the electricity in Liberia. But in Africa, our partner there, they are very, very cooperative. And for our plan, we have our plan, and we are going by our plan. And we are starting in material to electrify the entire Southeastern. Now you will also be managing a grid in Greenville. When a grid in Greenville is completed, LRB Energy is going to manage that grid to the token and also provide the electricity in Greenville. So we have our plan with our engineer, our oil bosses in Abidjan, who has the master plan how we are going to do the electrification of the city in the Southeast. But I just want you to take your camera to go to Port Town, to go to Bolekin, the work that LRB Energy has done there for the past month, and see the kind of a plan that we have for the people in the Southeast. If we were getting time or if we were getting chance to do the work without interruption, you see the kind of work that we have been doing in Port Town, in Bolekin, and even in the capital, you see the kind of work that we have been doing. So we just need time, and we always have time that we can do the work according to our plan.
Do you see that you will meet the 2028 deadline that you just talked about, the 2028, to complete the whole electrification of the eastern region and other places that honor your jurisdiction? Do you have that time?
Sure.
2028 will be sufficient time for you?
Sure. I'm certainly sure that we are going to meet that particular target, that 2028 target, because that's something that we have started doing already. Before the end of 2026, we make a mark. Then we'll get into 2027. Then we'll make a mark. They already started in this 2026. As long as the power is down or going off, coming on, we will be focused and carry on expansion. Our main focus right now is to carry on expansion because we have stabilized the electricity in GDEH. For Maryland, the expansion there is just about 2% of it on there because Fishtown is laid out or Plebo is laid out. We only want to lay out Harper and come to the other city in River Tree. But our part of the work for LRB Energy is in Shredu, is in Grand GDEH because Grand GDEH where we only done 10%, 10 to 20%. So we got a lot of work to be done in Shredu, especially here.
Now, my next question, Mr. Zia. Mr. Zia, Councilor Zia, looking at the challenges that Mr. LRB Energy dealing with, three entities, LEC, dealing with another entity, he called a name, and then you have to deal with Agrico. Do you think those entities making it much more challenging for LRB to meet its demand, like some of the criticism that you talk about that they are not doing? Or if it's not, how you think they should operate, Mr. Zia?
Well, I think Mr. Carr articulated that they are going together with it. They're going consistent with the contract. They have an investment plan. They are going consistent with the investment plan, and that there's been overwhelming cooperation from partners, LEC, and the partner in Cote d'Ivoire. So I think that they are moving consistent with their plan. The only problem is they need to let people know, because these demonstrations, for example, the one in River G, and some of the statements that have been made about the company's operations appear to create the impression that the company is not living up to its contractual obligations, which may not be the truth. So I think there is a lot that needs to be explained to the public, to say these are the obligations, these are the investment plan, these are our targets. We are on target in terms of delivery. We will meet 2028 target deadline. These are our challenges. We're appealing to you to help us. I can tell you, one of the difficulties.
Please come in a bit before you continue, because I think you are trying to derive at a point where you're trying to summarize the point that Mr. Kai have just presented to us. But I have an objection to that. I have a very strong reservation for this particular issue, because I listened to Mr. Kai outlining few other towns just now on the platform, namely like the Port Town, like the Zai Town, like the Bolekin area. And then, there are other fewer communities in Zweju that I'm also aware of. I'm closely following Leap Energy's operation in Grand Jita. So when it comes to this, I know exactly how have they been operating. He talked about their working plans. Then this comes to my mind. Had it not been with the deed that the local authority of Grand Jita County have just signed along with the county council the 400,000 due to purchase equipment and ask Leap Energy to do implementation, let's say installation of electricity to that part of Grand Jita County. Would they have had electricity in those towns? Is this
No,
in any way a
excuse me,
part
AJ.
of
I just told
yeah?
you when Leap
Hmm.
Energy was about to take over this deal, we did an assessment with EDC that
Hmm.
Leap Energy should electrify all of the town along the Great Line from Tapeta to Zwedru. What
Hmm.
happened in this case? And I don't want for people to put a in particular discussion because it's a good discussion here. Eh? What happened in this case? I see politicians are subsidizing Leap Energy or are buying transformer and also asking Leap Energy to go and install it. It was not a company that requested politician to go and buy transformer. They came to Leap Energy, asking Leap Energy that they want to contribute in the ARC quality of service regulation is there that citizens can contribute to the development of electricity. And you cannot refuse when your leader come to you and say, oh, since you have a deadline that you got a target to meet so and so years, but our people are yearning for the electricity. They are equal to get electricity. We want to buttress the effort so that the people can get electricity sooner. We cannot wait for your timetable. We know you are on an obligation to do this thing, but we want help you so that you can electrify the people, our people town and getting electricity sooner before your deadline reaches. We cannot tell the people no. So you see that why the agreement kind of
I am not saying you should reject, if anyone comes in
no, you said
goodwill. I can't
if the local
because
authority
you have your plan of action. I think you could allow me to learn, then you will get the point that I'm stressing, right? You have your plan of action where the county authority not to come in to provide those transformers and other materials for the electrification of those towns that were just named. Would you have implemented such or taken on such an initiative in those towns? Let's look at your plan of action. What are the targeted communities at a period in time to have electricity installed? Because you cannot say, you just open and say, Leap Energy is working between 9 and 2028 to cover the entire range there. But within the time, to target a particular community or specific areas in those communities that you will be able to work in. You mentioned about, I remember there were press conference called that materials were coming and you were going to have some extension of electricity to other parts of the county. That which we were all happy and we want to see that electricity is being extended. But I have not seen the extension of the electricity with the exception of the goodwill from either the politicians or the county authority that has been able now to, let's say, to enable you as Leap Energy to have these communities having electricity. So what has been your own operation since you announced the expansion of electricity that it wasn't seen until people had to come in? We agree it's a good thing for them to come in, but you have your own scope of operation. You say materials were coming in. What's holding back these materials from coming in? And what is the scope of operational plan, the time frame of a targeted number of communities for electricity expansion?
Maybe I get your point. I know where you're going. We've been bringing in material since we made our announcement. And if you go on our page, you see the material that we have been bringing in. And if you get to the FE community, you see your planning pool there, with the exception of the Katumesa and the Spano Road project that is on the local government project. We are extending pool to the FE community. We are also extending current to the penal community, the FDA area where people were not having accurate electricity. The people there, they are enjoying and good footage of electricity right now as we speak. And we have been bringing in material. Live Energy have been bringing in material. We have been having task essential for EDC for the past three different occasions now. If you go at the border there, you ask the customer, they will be bringing material, transformer, poles, wire. And we have been putting in different community. When we bring the material, it don't really have to come to SHEKU alone. We divide the material into three parts. We send some to Tapeta, we leave some in Total, and we bring another one to SHEKU. So you will not see the material huge. But we have been doing work in GDEH.
So let's come to being exact with your operational plan. Okay, in this 2026, how many communities have Live Energy targeted to have electricity expanded to?
We got 3 communities as we speak. Number 1 community is the FE community.
Okay.
Are you there?
I'm here.
There's a community, Babaville, where from the hospital, from when you go into the hospital, the road is going to the barrier. And I'm talking about the Katumesa road, but you got another community, they call it Babaville. The people there, they don't have electricity. And also the Kula bypass, they call it Yariville, all the way down. Yes. Yeah, that is 3 communities we're targeting in the 2026.
3 communities in 2026, and SHEKU alone is not Grand GDEH. Grand GDEH is a very big county, and Grand GDEH County has a lot of towns and communities. So do you think targeting 3 communities in 2026 will give you the time to expand current to the entire Grand GDEH County within this period of 2028?
Yes, because the town along the road, they already have electricity. All of the town, we only level 2 towns.
The towns along the road?
Those towns along the road.
Can we ask
Mr. Carr, then I beg to differ.
No, listen, Abby, let me be tell you that. I know all of the time along the road. Almost all of the time along the Great Line, they have electricity as we speak. Only 2 times. So you give me the chance, let me need no time. We got Queenstown and Solotown. Now the 2 times are left to have electricity as we speak. We are about to carry electricity into 2 zones.
Okay.
As we speak, electricity is in Saistan. Current is in Porttown. Current is in Sletan. You have current in Dochitan. We are about to electrify Tiastan. Current is in Seniwen. We have current in Totan. Current is also in Pocotan. We have current in Batan. The first time when you cross the Sesto Bridge, as you speak, we have current there. We try install transformer there or 2 weeks ago. Apparently, the information, I don't know how the people that are responsible for our information, how they give the information to the public, but we have current from Sesto Bridge all the way to Totan. Current is in Patan to speak personally. The people in Patan are enjoying electricity.
Okay. So to the point that I was saying, I was begging to D4 because Mr. Brown, right after let me come in with this point, then I'll bring you in, Mr. Brown. Where I was coming in, to say I will beg to D4 is I'm looking at the other towns, like places like Polar, places like Yabatown, places like
No, don't get it wrong. No, Abby, don't carry a discussion back. I just told you that we signed contract with LDC that we electrify the town along the great line. No time that the high tension wire is passing over. We are not going inside. So we have a hello. Hold on, that's all. Hold on, you come in. LDC are not giving that authorization to do additional expansion all of the great land. That is a different way to take land from Stefan to carry all the way to Polar, to take land from Zredu to carry to Konemo. No. I'm not aware of that particular expansion yet. I will not lie on the show tonight. What I am aware of is the town I along a great land to be electrified by lead energy.
Mr. Kai, you there? Mr. Kai, are you there? I don't know what's happening with the network, but I think Mr. Kai provides some very, very clear and sensitive information to. Okay, yeah, because when we hear LEC or when we hear lab energy, operational plan, or lab energy is responsible for electricity in Grand Jira County. Grand Jira County is big. It's now being spared out whether you are going to do expansion to those towns that I have been. So considerably, when we say lab energy is should have the responsibility, or is the company responsible for electricity in Grand Jira County, we all know that those towns are not excluded from Grand Jira. So it is now tonight that you are making it clear that your responsibility is to operate with the places you have, the gray land. And it is not, you are not plugged with the authority to expand electricity to all of those places that are out the great land. Then the question will be, when and how will electricity go to these other towns and villages, because they are part of Grand Jira County? So why will we be partial? Because I was as partial in terms of the distribution of electricity. But let me bring in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Thank you, AB. As I said there, I was listening to the manager up there, Jerry. First of all, he introduced himself. He said, "I'm Jerry Carr." That's it. All we know about we'll take him from where he stopped. LRB has been around now for quite long. More than 5 years they've been around. Since LEC turned over everything to them. Because LEC, that they are their business company. They are not like LEC. LEC is an agency operating with the government. Whatsoever they do, government responsible to show that it. But for them, they are different entity. They are not LEC people. They've been around now for 5 years plus.
No.
Mr. Kyle, allow him to finish the question, please.
You understand? The problem is that I listen to him, he contradicting himself. The first thing, if I ask, he said they have a contract to electrify all of the towns that the great part, they are not to go inside. Somebody will ask a question, but I'm not going to ask this. Somebody will ask him. The two zones are going to get current. That the two zones are on the road, all the two zones are inside. The two zones that they're going to get current now. That the two zones are on the road, all the two zones are inside. because my mother from Tucson, you get the benefit of Tucson. That one. But just that person, I was not asking, the person asking that question. The fact of the matter remains is that, look, let's be sincere to one another. We know things are hard in Liberia, and you have to survive on other people to make it. But you guys do not have the capacity to run or electrical grid in that particular southeastern region. From BIE, where you're taking your land from all the way through coming over. No town on that road from BIE. I'm not going from Total, I'm not going from Sestor. The other side, we're going through a place where the land coming from. No town on that road. I repeat, no town on that road has electricity. But the tension wire pass over there. No
Okay,
town.
Mr. Brown, if you post the question so he can be able to come in and answer them.
Yeah. So the issue about, I don't want him to contradict himself. But for me, I'm a Nigerian. I want him to put me on record. Put me on record today, and let me be on record tomorrow. I'm a Nigerian. I'm coming back home. I have no full confidence in you guys because you guys are not operating to the best of our ability. You guys do not have the capacity. Pray if I'm opportune to take leadership in our county, it will be the SA or LRB Energy. I can assure you, it will be the SA or LRB Energy, and will bring people who will be able to do it. Almost 4 to 5 years, you cannot point our corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility. The last time Honorable Sokan told you that yes, you get the city of Zulu right, you were putting first in border all over. After that, today, Zulu is in darkness. Zulu in darkness. Zulu can get current.
Okay, let's give him chance to answer.
So, I'm just disappointed. I'm not asking questions. I'm just trying to give my position. That's my position. I say my position, my post, my opposition. We'll do every other thing. We'll take over for LRB to leave our county. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Khan,
so can I just say something? Maybe can I just say something before Mr. Khan comes?
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Khan? Mr. Khan? Yeah, can I just say something before you come in? Maybe let me just provide some information. The information I want to provide is that the point made by my colleague on the show, I mean, it's a very important point. But let me just read section 8.2 of the agreement between LEC and LRB Energy. And this is where it says, LRB Energy, upon the assignment, will take and pay for electricity supplied by LEC for distribution in Maryland and Grand Gila County. So what Mr. Carr says is that their expansion of the electricity is based on the energy supplied by LEC. And consistent with that, the tension wire is the one that has the electricity. So when LEC supply it, they buy it and distribute it. But the point you made about Tucson is a very key point, which then contradicts this position. This is if you say, for instance, the tension wire passes from the border all the way to Swedru, and we agree that LEC says that you will buy the electricity that it provides. So if the LEC wire is not in Polar, for example, you cannot carry LEC current there to be able to supply Polar. We agree. If you stick along that line, you're consistent with the contract. If you go into Tucson where the LEC power line is not reaching, then you have a distraction from the consistency of the contract. So that is the point that he's making that I think we needed to emphasize. But your contract was very clear.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Tian. And before I come to your point about the Tucson area, you see, on many occasions I've been invited to come on the show. And we come on the show to provide information, not to be attacked personally.
No, you're not attacked. We'll make sure you're not attacked.
No, but on this particular show, even the panelists in the morning, they take issue personally with Jerry Carr. I'm not the CEO of LRB Energy. For Tucson project, Mr. Zion, you know, I respect Mr. Zion. I've been somebody that I followed when I was a kid. I listened to him reporting for Radio Verita along with Jerry Ahmad. These people, they are my favorite newscaster. So I listened to him tonight on the show. This is why I joined the show, because anytime you come on the show, the panel will take issue personally with you. And not like that. Let me be frank.
No, Mr. Mr. Carr.
This is a beg to differ. No one to
Yeah.
Mr.
I will not try to provide information here. Tucson project, Mr. Dion. Let me clarify Tucson project.
Okay, go ahead.
Tucson project is being sponsored by the local authority of Grand Chile County.
Right.
The project that is going, the legislature that is going to Tucson is being sponsored by the local authority of Grand Chile, not LRB Energy or LEC.
Okay.
So I just want to make that clarity.
Okay. But you see, these things.
Then
It's
my question.
important. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Wright. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I really want you to explain that. So what does that mean?
Can I make a phone call? I brought it.
No, please. OT. Mr. Carr, what does that mean when you say it's not provided by LIB Energy, it provided by
Sponsor. LRB Energy is going to implement the work. All the material that we are going to use on the land are all provided by the local authority. And LRB Energy will be the one to implement it, to do the work for the people to have electricity in Tucson.
And then are they going to pay for it to you? Are they going to pay for
it? Yeah, they're going to pay for it. They're going to pay for the energy. Through the people.
No, OT, you had to tell you, so you don't have questions.
No.
But I like the point.
I think the conversation is good.
Let me go around the table. We'll come back to you.
We're not going to preach.
Elston, you got any question?
Certainly, I do have a question. Mr. Carr, you have a Herculean task ahead of you, considering you were dealing with River G, Grand Gila, and Maryland. I want to know, you earlier enumerated that currently you have a good system going on where you are providing lights according to your plan. But I want to know when we have two seasons, the rainy season and dry season, and more dry now, but during the rainy season, what are your coping mechanisms when it gets, most of our electricity is provided by hydropower. So do you incorporate solar system? How do you deal with those three counties when it gets wet and get the challenges ahead? Thank you.
For our control area, we don't have system when it comes to electricity. We don't share load. What happened in Grand Gila and Maryland during the rain season, we got issue with the vegetation. So during the dry season, as we speak right now, we are clearing the vegetation along the Great Line. But for our own control area, the cross-border electricity, the electricity that comes to Grand Gila and Maryland, they do not have system. We don't share load. Our electricity is good at all times. But for Grand Gila and Maryland, during the rain season, when the rain is falling, the vegetation, the tree along the Great Line, it causes power outage. So what we are doing right now, we are clearing those vegetation along the Great Line, so that during the rain season we cannot encounter the problem.
Okay, guys, look, everybody gonna ask the question, so please.
The source of Leap Energy, Mr. Wright. The source of Leap Energy is from the West African.
AB, hold on, please.
Yeah,
hold on. Yeah, no, want to go around the table. Mr. Elston, you got one more question. You still got a question, or you good?
Well, I think he answered my question significantly. If I was going to add anything, I just wanted to know, by 2028, are you inferring that you will go beyond the Great Lines? Like, when I think about Great Line, I'm thinking of the main routes and places like those. But do you intend to go to other parts that the people do need electricity that are not on the main routes, which a lot of people are here in electricity referred to as those Great Lines?
Yeah, when LEC having to come back to Leap Energy and provide all of the needed resources that the land should be expanded to the area, will obviously give the people electricity there.
I'll tell you what, LEC, you and LEC connection is confusing me to them, Mr. Carver. I'll come back to that. The Veteran Smith, you got any questions, sir?
Y'all pray to God. Y'all pray.
But Mr. Brian, you not get popularity from my
extent. I beg you, please.
Veteran Smith, you always talking to your car.
Yeah, I think the subject tonight very interesting. We heard from Councillor Z about the challenges facing LIB Energy, and LIB Energy talking about its uniqueness with all the challenges they have and the company endure, but they are ready to the task to move forward for 2028, which is interesting. The only question I might ask my brother LIB Energy, do he foresee any unforeseen challenge right now as he move forward to 2028 that may hinder his agenda or his project to electrify all of the, whether it's the eastern region or some part of Morovia or undertaken by LIB Energy? Can he tell us any specific area that may hinder his progress? If not, are they ready for the tax to move forward? That would be my question.
As you speak right now, we got our challenges in River G. So we are trying to solve that particular problem in River G. That problem was created by the contractor that built the land. LIB Energy made that problem of River G. But for Grand GDEH, we are on course to carry on expansion. I can tell you for free on the show. For Grand GDEH County, LIB Energy is on course to carry on expansion. The only challenge we have right now is the problem in River G. And we have that problem will soon be solved. And LEC, I agree for Leap Energy to buy the material that damaged the land so it can be replaced.
Why is so challenging in River G? Tell us now. Why is it so challenging in River G compared to the others?
I think I called you Mr. Hall
I can hear you.
speak to that issue last
All
night.
right, let me get ready.
But the problem there is having to do with the pin installator. The pin installator that was erected on the system in River G is not a spec for the system that we use in the Southeast. So whenever the installator hack, when it get hacked, it will chip the power. They want to build for people to fetch down. That the one that causing the power to go off on. So that the challenge that we are facing right now is a big problem in the. But LEC has agreed that Leap Energy should take on the responsibility, and they will discuss it later on. So we are in the process of buying the material that are damaged on the grid there.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you. Here's what I want to say. In the next 10 minutes, I want us to focus question with LIB Energy and Mr. Carr. Mr. Carr will have the opportunity if he wants to stay on after the 10-minute period. Because after that, we're going to go into crossfire. Mr. Carr, you're welcome to stay after the 10 minutes to answer questions, because this time, people are going to come at you with their heart. I mean, they're going to ask you hard questions.
Are we taking calls after the 10 minutes?
Okay, yeah, we'll try to take a. Thanks for reminding me.
Because from where I am is about 27 minutes up to 12 p.m. 12 a.m.
Right, I'm looking at the time here too myself. It's 27 minutes. Ooh, did I remove some of it? Great. So now, so Mr. Carr, if you don't mind, maybe let's take call. Let's take at least maybe 3 or 5 calls, and then we can come back to the studio. Let's do that.
Okay, so we will open the phone lines now. Numbers supported through tonight on the program are back to default at 0881-14-5504.
Mr. Carr, you probably want to get ready when I ask you questions so you can write it down, sir. You know, so you don't miss the
right. And let's have your say the platform. Let's take this person. Hello. Good evening. This should be Mr. Emmanuel Smith. Welcome to the platform.
Yeah, thank you, Emmanuel Smith, for education. Thank you for bringing the brother up on the show. I actually appreciate that. But I have a great concern. Seriously. Hey, one of it has to do with the brother has mentioned that LIB Energy was not the group that went to the local authority, or whether it was the local authority that went to LIB Energy to run no help with expand the electricity. and it had been on the social media and other platforms. It had been disclosed that 400,000 was spent from the social development fund. So my question to Brother Jerry is, with this amount spent for the social development fund for the purchasing of 5 transformers, those transformers, if those transformers are insured in the rural communities, our people are they not going to pay for electricity for which a huge amount was removed from our cover to sponsor a private company? Another thing is,
So, Mr. Smith, I think we should be asking Mr. Kai whether he did receive money or he received, materials, because they are stating they did not go to ask the county authority, like he said. They did not go to ask the county authority to come and undertake the project. The county authority came to them and they want to expand electricity.
Understood.
Yeah. So the question should be directed to the county authority whether the people will not be paying bills because they took the county money. I don't think that should be for Mr. Kai.
No problem, Abi. But is he also aware that tomorrow, if people come to shore, is he aware that it will also hinder the progress of their private company?
Okay.
Then another thing is, if you've been to Hapo or Plibo, you will see electricity even in the rural plantation, and all over Hapo you have electricity. Whereas it is different in Zwedru. Communities will gather and pay for transformer, and then also be paying huge amount of money to LEC. Another thing is, living from the African side, all of those towns, I heard someone's talking about those towns are now electrified, with the exception of Tota and then the rest of the towns that he just named. Is it not also or setback to those towns, especially from the borough end? And to end with, now you talk about the grid line. Those towns to benefit should be the towns along the grid line. Do you think it's not a partiality that was brought in between the RB energy and then that of the local authority, taking current from the main road, taking a 2 zone? How are they thinking? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So I think Jerry is speaking from the perspective of their contract as Leap Energy, or the agreement that they went into as Leap Energy. But I think he will provide more clarity to that. Let me take another person. Hello. Give us name and where you join us from.
Hello?
Hello, sir. Give us name and where do you join us from?
Yeah, I'll go by the name Shaka Bobby Billy Zulu. I'll call you from Zwedru Crownball Music Empire. Thank you so much for the platform, AB.
Great to have you, Shaka. Let's hear your points.
In America, Mr. ARCHIE, and all of the pioneer on the show. My concern have to do with LIB Energy and that of the electricity cooperation in Zwedru and in Liberia. The issue of the Liberian government been holding the Ivorian government, and Nigeria had not been paying electricity. I don't know how can Mr. Kai be able to clarify that the electricity have been paid, because several times the county, and most especially Nigeria, before the uses of meter, I don't know how to do the metering system. Nigeria was accused of holding along with other countries that were holding Cote d'Ivoire. How is it been clear up? Is the government still holding, that of the electricity in Cote d'Ivoire, or the bill have been paid? Because most of the town citizens find out that, when they pay the bills, and then the tell citizens that they are not paying. How soon do we see electricity in the entire Nigeria County?
Thank
Some
you.
other communities are dark. How can you clarify that?
Thank you very much.
Now.
Protocol student 0881 1435 040776 105 105. This person, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, my dear brother.
Good evening, sir. Please amplify the voice and give us the name. Where do you join us from?
Okay, I'm Godfrey KJ Mangil calling from Grand Division, District 2. This is in disaster.
Godfrey, welcome, and let's hear you.
Thank you. Thank you, for the show tonight. question. Mr. Jerry, my question is going to Mr. Jerry. You just know that LRB energies, they have been, taking contract from others, LEC. They're going directly according to the instruction being given to them. Now, you telling us that local government is the one that instructed you that to take another power line to zone. Can you please tell us in this public as we all follow your show tonight, which will let our sleep, can you please tell us that the local government that give you instruction, do you have any document that be signed between you and the local government that can be proof to us that yeah, indeed they are the one instructed you, which you are deviated from the agreement that you signed with the LLC, LLC.
You said that they deviated. When you said deviated, what do you mean? Because Tuzon is along the gray line.
Yeah, but you are saying that the power line is bring directly from the borderline straight to Maryland way. That you cannot be able to go to Quotable and like scanning the Quotable because they are not instructed.
So let's get it right now, brother. Let's get this right.
Yeah.
The gray line is coming from the BI border. Let me say the BI Tawe border. Coming through to town, branching left and right. One goes to Tapeta and another one comes to Zweju. So so Tuzon is formed along the gray line. So I mean, where exactly are you referring to?
No. I mean, Tuzon is this. I think one of your colleagues asked the question: what are the two zones that inside? Is the way you discuss it, or the one that on the road? Because you got two zones now from now. So the
I think it's still along the gray line because no distance from down there from on the road there.
Like you trying to tell the reason I use the word deviating is that you said that usually according to LEC instruction is what they got the contractor to LEC. So what LEC tell them is what they are going back. And now the local government came out to tell them also that it should go to they also and would of course the country cover is what they're going to take that money from now to music level. So the one I'm saying is Jared can speak all in the public that you have any copy or any document that is signed between you and the local government with that agreement.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Let's take another person. Hello, Nime, where you joining us from?
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm Deacon Toba and I'm calling from Toba Street.
Welcome, sir. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you so much. But Jerry Kai, I want to say thank you for what you mentioned, but we are confused and disturbed, frustrated. For you have been a partner taking over from LEC, but we don't know the actual time. Say LEC left this, LEC left that, and got used to. My first question is, how long have you been operating in Grand GDEH, specifically Zwedru, because all your activities are in Zwedru?
As LEC or as Lib Energy?
As LRB Energy.
Okay.
The one that he's operating now, and not LEC.
Okay.
How long since he took over from LEC? We want to know that. Okay.
Yeah, two. If you need to ask me the question so I can go.
Yeah, let me finish with the caller, okay? Let me finish with this caller. I'll take one more call, then you will answer to the other questions. Well,
my second question.
Mm-hmm.
My second question is, you said that you will electrify Grand GDEH, the whole of Grand GDEH, 2028. Are you saying?
No, he didn't say the whole of Grand GDEH by 2028. He said those places that are covered with the gray line, where we have the gray line, those are the areas that he will cover between now and 2028. So if there should be any extension to the entire part of Grand GDEH, That means it has to be discussed with Liberia Electricity Corporation for the extension of electricity to other parts. But right now, Leap Energy's operation is within the territories of the Grey Land that LEC brought.
Yeah. If that is so, then it makes us wonder how long will it take since he took over from LEC to be the one to manage scoring here from Tabet Town to Zwedru, since the Greyland, from Tabet Town to Zwedru.
Mm-hmm.
How long there is that something to take up to 2028? So that you still have capacity.
Thank you.
If you having the capacity, we're not supposed to be thinking about this now.
Thank you so much. Let's take this person. We'll go to Mr. Carr to respond. Hello, name and where you joined us from.
Yeah, good evening. How you doing, Chief?
I'm okay. Name and where you joined us from.
I'm J.W. Junior. I'm joining from their community.
Great to have you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing the evening. My point, no, I want to ask or make a recommendation because from I work for that AG school, I work somewhere within Institute, coming to the main junction there. That area was very, very dark, but every time they have always know when they just tell them that no cover there, area very dark. So I speak to them. I leave them the child to come there.
You say from the AG school?
Yeah, from AG school. That's if you get two junction. That means intersection.
Oh, okay. You're talking about Moses P. Harris Street way there and the Broad Street South where they have the intersection.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, coming to the Elan Chapel Church there because the post stop, one of the posts that got light is stopped right to where the Elan Chapel Church, the big church building is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Series of calls coming in, but we'll hold this person we'll hold this and go to Mr. Carr to be able to respond to a few of these points, and then maybe we can continue with the callers.
Mr. Carr will go into Mr. Carr will go into the next phase of the stuff.
Yes, thank you very much. So let me start on Digontua. Digontua Leap Energy to all from LEC December 6, 2023. It was the day that ARCIE issued Leap Energy or lesson to operate from Tapeta to Hapo, December 6, 2023. So this going December 6, 2025 made Leap Energy 2 years. I hear somebody saying Leap Energy have been around for 4 to 5 years. That is not true. And I've been answering the question over and over. Apparently, because Jerry was here with LEC and Leap Energy came and incorporated Jerry, so people just feeling that Leap Energy have been here for over 5 to 6 years. No, Leap Energy have gone 2 years. The other question that the fellow asked, what are the legislators that we are expanding to 2 zones, Portland, Bolegan, and other part of Georgia, what are the people will pay? The people will pay electricity bill through prepaid meter. We are going to meter all the people there and they will be paying their bills. But let me explain to you what's going to happen in this case. Those places that the local authorities sponsor for all to carry electricity, those people will not be buying wire. Like what people do in Australia, they buy their own wire to get connected. No. The wire that already been provided by the project. The only thing as a customer you need to do is to run your internal wire in your house. We are going there with the black cable from the pole to your house and we install it with a meter free of charge. The only thing as a customer you're responsible to do is to recharge your meter. No customer will buy their own wire to get connected. And no customer going to pay web machine or service fee. You're going to be free of charge. But you're going to pay for the energy that you consume. I think that a few questions I want to answer.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Carr, for being very patient with us. And I want to say this, sir. We do honor our guests. And if you felt that you were under attack tonight, we apologize for that because we want you to be able to come back here when we call you. In the same
Yes.
time, when we bring you here, we want our audience to be able to get the best out of your presence on the show. And so we'll do that by asking that question. So I'm going to give you the opportunity.
Problem.
I'm going to give you the opportunity now. We're going to move into our next segment. We call the crossfire. You can stay if you want, or you can say good night. I'll see you at another time.
Y'all man go, man. Y'all man, come in February.
Hold on. How the business get attacking?
Don't not tell you that. And I attack. Now when they call attack, the member job is using water. So some say come from the attack. Using water.
Well, hold on.
Mr. Red.
Yeah.
I'll always appear on the show.
Thank you.
And nobody going to use my name to be popular in Nigeria. No. Nobody going to use electricity.
Okay.
Nobody going to use electricity to get our political and grow it. No. Because people are using the electricity to get favor. To be favor in the state. No. We have a serious minded man on the show.
You see
in President Mr. Zion was reading the contract between Leap Energy and EDC. And you are making a very, very good point. And I love the way Mr. Zion put it. I'll be waiting to come on the show anytime. But if somebody thinks that they can get favor from Jerry by using LRB energy need or election, because election today is like a go and diamond in our country right now. All the country people are crying on electricity, but we are doing our best to provide electricity to our people. Great deal as we speak right now, we want the stable electricity. Our only problem here in Israel is our expansion, and we are making sure to expand the electricity to all our communities. I can assure you on the show before the end of 2028, everybody in Israel and on our great land will have access to electricity. So I want to say thank you very much for having me tonight, and I'll always be prepared to come on your show. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Khan, and we appreciate your presence.
Just before Mr. Jerry Khan can go, I think he made some very great corrections or clarity tonight in terms of the control points of Leap Energy. Because when you talk about Leap Energy's operation in Grand Nigeria County, everyone believes that it is the responsibility of Leap Energy to making sure that electricity is being expanded to every part of Grand Nigeria County. And so that's why I question him that the time frame given, what is the possibility of the current to be expanded in the entire Grand Nigeria County between now and 2028. But from what he said tonight and from the contract, it is clear that they do not have the right, they do not have the right right now to expand the electricity to every part of Grand Nigeria, but rather the places that we have the Grey Land and Zweju. So we should be also beating on the Liberia Electricity Regulatory Commission and that of Liberia to tell us why
Mr. Brown,
they were not able to
set the rules. AB, hold on.
Yeah,
I want to set the ground rules for the crossfire.
Okay.
Crossfire, you can come in whenever you want to, but we have
Archie.
Yeah, Mr.
Archie.
Hold on, that's a topic. Hold on.
Yes. Archie.
Mr. Nubu, I'll come to you, sir. Please.
Yes. I mean, when we bring these people on, we need to exhaust our topics. And they cannot come 5 minutes and say, they have other business to do.
Mr. Nubo, he's been here for the last 2.5 hours.
No.
Huh?
Yes, he's been here for the last 2.5 hours.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry for coming late.
Okay.
But
what I want to say is
getting electricity, total electricity, 2028, it doesn't cut it for me.
I agree with you.
It does not cut it for me. It should be now. Now.
Mr.
Just
Right.
this minute.
Okay. What I want to say, guys, yeah, please. What I want to
Okay.
say,
So, that's my input.
Mr. Newey, we do have a guest on the show. Councilor Zion is in the position of the guest tonight. And we brought on LIB Energy to be able to counter some of what he was saying. So I want to go back to our guest. Let he give us a final comment on the show, and then we'll take it from the guest position and bring it onto the crossfire.
Okay.
Then we'll now start talking, all our...
Okay.
So, Mr. Zion, let's have your closing comment on the show as a guest.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I think one of the few things I've said before that I need to emphasize. I mean, in the work of the challenges faced by LIB Energy in expanding electricity across the Southeast, Mr. Carr talked about the fact that they did an assessment. It doesn't appear to me that assessment took into consideration the challenges they are experiencing presently. Because when the manager talked about the damaged poles and the facilities they were inheriting, I mean, if they had done an assessment and took into consideration the level of damage asset that has been transferred to them, they would have put in place mechanisms to ensure that what LEC were passing on to them is something that they can work with. So I'm wondering whether that assessment took place, and if it took place, why was it that the inherited facilities that were damaged that they can't be able to work with effectively to expand electricity? So those were the issues. The other point also that needs to be answered is, if the people took money from the county development fund and put in electricity in the towns, if LRB is to get resources out of it, why is it that people are paying two times? They pay through the county development fund, and then they pay LRB Energy. So how is that done? What is the basis for that? So those are the questions, those are the issues that we really need to find solution to. I mean, it doesn't sound to me like, if that isn't an LRB Energy investment, it's the county authority investment, it's the county development investment.
Yes.
So how is it that they be generating resources from there after the county investment? The people are paying two times through their county development fund and from, their own personal contribution. I think that's something we need to look at. So those are the few questions I'd like to make.
Okay.
And the point is that LEC itself doesn't seem to be monitoring the contract very well.
And you said that numerous of times tonight on the show. Well, Mr. Zion, I thank you as a guest. I think you really made a discussion valuable to know. You brought a lot of enriched material into it, and we're good that we had somebody from LIB Energy to come and say their position. At this point, I'm going to pull you from that guest seat and put you in the panelist seat. Then we'll do the crossfire. At this point, crossfire, anybody's allowed to come in and say whatever you want to say, but we'll try to keep the back and forth down a little bit. So I want to start with you, Mr. Othello Brown.
Yeah,
what is your take on what you heard? If anybody disagrees with Othello Brown, you can jump in.
People can't come here and say things that don't have control over, that you not use electricity to be this. You taking the people in the county, the news, the money. LRB cannot point. No, from where they take the current one, where the grade coming from, come all the way to Total. All the towns that are along the road there, none of them get electricity. That one. The transformer that in the various town, like name now, that the transformer that is Leicester, the transformer that is Portston, the transformer that is Zeistan, and just name it. All of them, those transformers not bought by LRB. They were bought by sons and dollars of Granger County. You may call them politicians, but they are sons and dollars of Granger County. They bought them. LRB cannot point at one transformer they bought alone, that gray line. They can't point at one. The last time, my record can get me right, they had transformer on the ground. We have to speak that it's not correct. It's not safe for our people. That's what I can't tell me, say, the land news current to get popular. These are a popularity contest. It's not a popularity contest, but we'll speak fast to the point. Let me tell you, do not have on LRB and do not have on LEC to say LEC say what do they. LEC say, when LEC say you go give Corin alone the great land. Look, let's be respectful. My mother is from Tucson. But they have two types of Tucson. They have the other Tucson right on the car road. where George, we have former President build the houses and they have the original tomb inside there, behind the graveyard, behind the creek they call Jesus. That creek needed Jesus. As you call Jesus, you there. So if you taking quarry, that you say you can take quarry, or that one that the government that the local authority taking it. So if local authority tomorrow me, you take quarry from the hero all the way to Selwyn, because I'm from Selwyn. So because I hear authority, so I'll take it.
Okay.
So that's the issue.
All right. So,
So
Mr. Brenner, go around. Mr. Smith, what's your take? Uh-oh.
I think the guest did well in presenting its issue to the public, and I think we need more of Representative LIB Energy to engage us on issue. And also, Mr. Zion, he was brought for the mere fact to engage these two individuals to engage one another. And when we have questions, we ask questions. But I think we took the contents of these two people engaging each other, asking questions, and we made statements. And I think next time when we bring two people to crossfire, let them two ask questions, engage each other with facts, and we ask questions instead of making statements and prolonging the show. That's my only comment on the show. I took away from the show. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. AB? Okay. Mr. Nubo, are you there? All right. Yes, but before I go to Councilor Z, first of all, Councilor Z, I want to say thank you very much. I know I said it, but I'll say it again. Thank you for stepping in our guest seat tonight and giving us a fantastic show. Here's what I want to say. It baffles me. What would they hear from Mr. Carr tonight? That when we did our inventory, we realized that we needed to procure this amount of material, poles, transformer, wire, and all the other good things that we need in order to provide reliable service to the people. He never gave us any quantity of material that is bought. He never gave us any invested capital. In my line of business, professional, we call it initial investment. He never told us that. I mean, you are the manager, Jerry, Mr. Carr. Your area of operation is huge. I mean, you're talking about
I'm not getting you at all.
Huh?
He's clear on my end.
Okay.
You're not hearing me, sir? Did you say you're not hearing me? Okay. So my point was, you're covering a very large area, and when you speak it, your customer base, it's not satisfied, and you're giving all these constraints, but you're not putting it into a quantified organ. Okay, we understand where this guy is coming from. Instead, you're telling her, oh yeah, well, 2028 will do this. In fact, the LEC do this and LEC do that. We're not able to do it until LEC can give us the right to do this, or until LEC can empower us to do this. If LEC is going to empower you, this is my point that I don't understand, guys. If LIB Energy is waiting for LEC to empower them, then what role are they playing? Are you playing the middleman? Come in.
Yeah, Mr. Wright. This is what I want us to get, right? It is the responsibility of the Liberia Electricity Regulatory Commission and Liberia Electricity Commission to manage electricity. Is because the responsibility is so huge, they decentralize it by bringing in other institutions that can be able to help to regulate electricity in every part of the country. So they brought Leap Energy. In fact, the day of bidding process, and they selected
I'm not getting any of you at all.
bidding process to regulate electricity.
Mr. Zion, get out and come
Mr. Zion have to drop off.
Yeah, get out and come back.
So, like I was saying, right? It is their
let me
responsibility
see
to
my
make
lady.
sure to regulate the electricity in Grand Gdeh County. So right now, in the agreement, from what Jerry said, and if that is absolutely right, in the agreement, they still need to come back because they cannot go beyond the scope of operation. They cannot go beyond the agreement. They had an agreement, and what was the agreement? Operate the electricity within the territory of the Grey Land. So anything beyond the Grey Land, remember, they are going to be going into another expenditure.
No, but Abby,
By
I understand what you're saying. Abby, I understand what you're
buying
saying.
additional posts and expanding the electricity. That must be an arrangement between LEC because that's LEC's responsibility. That must be the arrangement between LEC and that of Leap Energy. That Leap Energy, since you have exhausted the territories of the Grey Land, do you have the materials or the capacity to expand electricity to these other parts of Grand Gdeh County? So our bidding
No,
now,
but Abby, you're missing the point. LIB Energy is saying they can only do that if they are empowered by the LEC.
yes, that's the form of empowerment, Mr. Wright. That's the form of empowerment.
So then the question can be, what role are they playing? What role are they playing? If you're going to wait for LEC to give you transformer, to give you wires, to give you insulator, whatever you use there, you know what I mean? Then what role?
No, that doesn't. It doesn't. If they say LEC should empower them, it doesn't automatically mean that LEC should give them the materials, right?
No, okay,
LEC should give them the go ahead because they don't have the go ahead.
No, hear me out. Well, I tell you, if you to ask the question,
Maybe you been around for a very long time now. LIB, and according to Jerry Johnson, the band, they said 2 or 3 years. Granted, no problem. We'll take it as a fixed value. Can you name about 5 transformers like LIB Energy Board? 5 transformers. You've been around. This is a private company.
Brown.
This is
Mr.
a private
Brown?
company. I came to get money profit. Yeah.
This is a private company. This is a private company. What I want us to get straight here, I have been around. I agree. Leap Energy has been like, I'm not a spokesperson for Leap Energy, right? To speak to that. But let's be very sincere. Leap Energy signed an agreement which is there, which Mr. Zion just brought up, and he was reading through. And I'm just sorry that he dropped off and he's not yet back. But from that agreement, the agreement says they should work within the territorial limit of the Grey Land. Anything outside the Grey Land, it is not in the purview of Leap Energy
How are they going to work the territory confined the Grey Land? They can buy a transformer. How would they?
So then we should that should be the concern now of LEC to bid on them, like we are also doing. That they are incompetent and they cannot be able to work in the county.
Okay,
that
so
should be the responsibility of LEC.
they do not have the capacity to work. That for that notion will speak. If you that go Nima County, they get jungle water. But
Mr. Brown, come in. How do we automatically conclude that they don't have the capacity when we ourselves are not giving? When we ourselves are not giving
capacity, when I say capacity, is where you get to make the company or to make it more viable. Number one, they are able to buy 5. They cannot put a 5 transformer at the board. That one. 2, look at the substandard wiring they do in the county. I'm telling you, probably you're not in Labrador those days. But transform, what transform no be on the sidewalk? There was a transformer right in front of Thomas Palace before we got to cry here, before to take it from there. Look, the way they put transformer, the way they're doing it now, it's the red. That's what the in Galan refugee camp where we go for rest and continue for water. They said how you can do something like that. You danger the life of the people in that particular area.
Okay, let me get Elston view here. Elston, you got any comment to make here?
Well, I think he answered the questions in my purview as much as he could, but he was trying to make some points like there are areas that he doesn't cover under his job description that he was trying to make clear. So I would pardon him for that. But on the overall, I think he did what he could, and we could still get more out of him if it's feasible for him to reappear to answer more questions. Because from what I'm gathering from everyone else on the panel, there are other issues that are undone. So that would be nice if he could come back and answer further questions.
Okay. I know, veteran, are you still with us? Because that thing, this is what I want to focus on, guys. What is it between LIB and I hope Mr. Zion is still here? We need to carefully look at the role of LEC and the role of LIB Energy in this agreement. Because if we can understand this clearly, we'll know the role or the limitation of LIB Energy, a capacity to provide medical services in the county or the area of coverage. Because remember, they run from Nima all the way to Grandview and now. Mr. Ciano, you probably was, but talk about this, veteran. What did you understand here through the conversation? The role of LEC in all of this?
I think we need to bring the two individuals back and we let them engage each other. And then we ask both of them questions through the engagement. I think we missed that opportunity tonight.
Okay. But I said the stage when I was leaving, I said y'all asked the both of them.
Yeah, but you ask each of them questions based on what both of them stated. So we brought Mr. Zion to criticize or to bring issue that he felt was wrong with LIB Energy.
Right.
LIB Energy responded. So we should have been there like a panelist sitting and let both of them engage each other where we see fault in each other, then we ask them questions. But we took it like a debate.
No. I'm gonna defend my hand on the program tonight. We did.
I think somewhere we lost Mr. Zion in responding, and then we took over, and I think at some point, when we have a guest, we got to give them the first preference to exhaust themselves, then we come in as panelists.
Okay, I don't know if I would agree with you to now on that one. But anyway, what is your honest? What is your?
I think it was a good engagement. Okay. We learned something from where Mr. Zion that lacking in LIB Energy. LIB Energy clarifies certain things that they're lacking in the challenges that they face. But what I kept on stressing on LIB Energy, I did ready for the tax to move forward. And by 2028, which happens to be the deadline, to electrify wherever portion, whether the Rangita or whether the River G or wherever parts that are given to under their jurisdiction, they can complete it and make that city a beautiful city like any city in the world. That's why I want to hold them to that standard. So next year or whenever we get there and they don't meet that tax, he said 2026. At the 2026, we should hold them if they don't reach another, towards that conclusion. So that's why I would look at measure the stake. But they stated clearly that when they started, there were other companies that was there before them, left them, things that we are criticizing them. That's why I like from Mr. LIB Energy that Professor Zion brought issue that was not for LIB Energy. It was the company that was there before. So if we had allowed them to disagree each other, what was there before and where there, I think we're going to be good for.
You made a very good point. If I come to you. So in quick seconds, Mr. Veteran Smith, do you think LIB has the capacity to achieve whatever goal is set to achieve through the agreement?
To me, I look at it very challenging. That's why I kept on pressing him. You have LEC on the left, you have ARCHIE on the right, and they in the middle, and they have an agenda to achieve. Can they do it? And he assured us that he can do it. So what can I do? We then have to set a timetable, call him back, maybe sometime in July and August, and let him tell us what have he done.
Okay, great. So I want to come to you, Mr. Brown, and you can. Do you think LIB has the capacity to do this?
No, don't go for yourself. Don't make people. Don't waste your time. LIB to give one level. Don't attack it. I repeat,
Mr. Brown, you keep coming in and out. Your volume.
LIB, NJ, all of that stuff.
Okay,
You getting me right?
Yeah, we're getting you right.
Yeah, all of LIB they receiving, they doing down there. It was based on the money they received from the county. When the county get in that 400,000, they have the ball pickers. They don't have pickers, so the pickers. Records are there. We are telling you, LIB cannot procure an iron pole or concrete pole from Africa and bring it. Every time I spoke with money captain, and then I spoke with the director in Africa. Every day they bring the coming, they can reach. Have the recording. Hey, I will ask professors the hotel in Mapi, let it slide. But I still have the recording from interaction. LIB, they are scammer. I repeat, they are scammer. They are not prepared for that tax. The tax for them, they don't have the capacity. The first thing they are saying that LEC gave us the no. You're not foundation entity for LEC. No. LEC was leaving, and then they sent in a bid. They put out a bid that people can come, electrical company can come to see who can put the bid, and then they'll get there. We have our brother from Glen, they're going to call him Bill White. Bill White. Okay, but they said Bill White is second to LIB. Bill White said, okay, no problem. LIB and Jungle Water, but go see Jungle Water in Lima County. The ball, people, they get everything, they're using it. When go to the selection of balance transformer fuel before they get current. That LIB last week there, the selection mobile transformer for them, and they don't get current. They're not company down there, they're not company, they're talking to hustle like you and myself. They are hustlers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Mr. Brown. Mr. Elston?
Well, I was gonna add on to what he was saying and say, I don't know if AB kind of corroborated or kind of authenticated some of what Carl said relative to them being able to provide current to some extent in the grid lines. And the callers, I wish a lot of people had called and either like confirmed or denied the area that he was naming that they had electricity, and if they were to, for the people who are currently physically in those places, if they could further state that I want an opportunity to bring him back in studio so he can answer questions and people can call more and say, hey, he said we have current in, for instance, Plibo or Take or wherever, and someone can say, yes, I can vouch for this account here. They are current there, even though it may come, once or twice a day, but at least let me speak to some extent. You know what I mean? Right?
Hold on, let me finish. I'll come to you.
Yeah, we need some clarity from people who are physically in those places. That AB could open the line for a longer time. Our next interaction with him, and we do invite him for people to give their candid opinion on yes, we can vouch for this man providing current to this part of this place, and to what extent they have current there. That would be my only thinking for right now.
Okay, Mr. Duncan.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm one of those persons who's on the back of Leap Energy at every given opportunity for them to make sure that they do the right thing, that electricity is being expanded in every part of Nigeria County. I think at the beginning of my engagement with Jerry, you will understand how I came in, right? Yes, the BI era he talked about from the borderline. I just came from Monrovia. I think today Wednesday corrects exactly 1 week since I came to BNG, right? All those towns are along the green line. It is authenticated that current are in those towns. But you know the unfortunate part about it? The unfortunate part about it is that
the electricity coming from all over Tulople. The electricity from Tulople. From Tulople, the town from Tulople, Bola coming all over the total get curry. Leave one town that from Tulople coming to total.
Can we mute? I think somebody having a
I am
terrible
saying, I am
background.
saying the towns that I visited along the Morovia to Zwedu Road. I didn't say.
Great, but the great pass is from Tulo Play. The quarry is from Tulo Play.
No, I think I was specific. I was specific. I was very specific with what I just said. I said I just came from Morovia, and today correct exact 1 week since I came to Grand GDEH. Those towns that Mr. Carr had named along the road that I traveled, they got quarried. But the unfortunate part is they are not the ones who purchased the transformers for those towns. The first Leap Energy first carrier transformer in Toll Town, the first carrier transformer in what's this place name in Zletown, but those transformers got spoiled, and to replace them was a very serious issue. It was the representatives of those very areas of the district that purchased those transformers. Jacob Didi, Honorable Jacob Didi, the transformer right now in Zletown was purchased by the representative. So that's what I'm saying. The unfortunate part about it is those transformers that they have in those towns along the road that I traveled were not purchased by Leap Energy herself. Unlike for the transformer that's at the checkpoint, the town, Biaita way. That which I don't have a history of whether it's Leap Energy that purchased that transformer or
AB, I gotta jump in here. I gotta jump in, and I just want to say it was a great show. I've seen everybody stay in the mood and want to talk, and I don't want to be the one to bring the bad news, but I got to bounce. AB is still in studio. You guys can continue the conversation, but I want to say thank you for being with me tonight. It was a great show. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Elston, please be back here tomorrow. You can't be coming when you want.
I certainly will. No, what okay. I've had tough schedules in the last few days. I sent a short message to SHEKU, boy. Yeah, certainly okay. Tomorrow I'll be available.
Great. And Mr. Brown, you can be bouncing in and out too. You're part of your panelist because you keep bouncing in and out. You can't be out with black.
That's all right. You said it right. You know what? This particular topic was very, very important. That's why I for all my activities to come and say it.
Because you can't be choosing to come on the show. You got to come on the show every night.
And now, calling from Toll Town.
My man, you see, he wants to listen to what I'm saying. I will block you if you show up tomorrow.
No problem.
You gotta show up tomorrow.
No problem.
All right, guys. See you, man. Thank you. It was a great show.
Yeah.
For the veteran Smith.
AB, take care about AB. Let me sincere.
Yeah, AB, take care. AB, please.
So prosperity can judge us.
Yeah, so Mr. Brown, let's consider that I come in. We'll take on, right? But let's consider that we are out of time. We've gone 23 minutes extra with the time. So we'll just move on between now and 12:30. So we got like 7 minutes to be here on the platform. If we agree to that, we'll continue.
All right. No problem.
Right? So let me conclude quickly in 1 minute, Mr. Brown, to what I was saying, right? So they have the transformers in those very towns. But unfortunately, they are not the provider of those transformers. And what I want us to do, we as citizens, we should also be blaming ourselves, the lawmakers, because this Leap Energy is not just working in Grand GDEH County, but providing electricity free. The people are paying taxes, and they want electricity. They sign up to an agreement, legal agreement, to provide electricity in Grand GDEH County with the targeted areas, especially like Jerry said, along the Green Line, right? So if we do not have the electricity, we should be beating on our lawmakers to question Lab Energy or to question LEC. Why is it that we do not have electricity in those very areas, owing to the fact that they have signed up to an agreement to provide electricity to those areas? I think that's what we should be doing instead of we being the ones to buy transformers for them. Because like what happened with the county administration, we all know that the people will still pay quarrying. This is what Jerry said. The people will still pay for their quarrying bills. They will still pay for their quarrying bills. But we are the ones who purchase the transformers and the materials that will be used for the installation of the electricity. What logic does this make? It doesn't make any logic. It's not logical. So What we expected now is the county authorities should be calling on the people on Leap Energy, Leap Energy. Why didn't you provide the electricity to this place, to this place, to this place? Our administration should be cognizant of the fact that using our people's money, and then so that 2 times now we're paying taxes to Leap Energy. It doesn't make any sense. Those who are purchasing the transformer, maybe for the politicians, they want to score political goals because they'll say, like my district, so I want to bring it the electricity there so my people can say, I brought transformer when they were in darkness. So we could say that's political. But the aspect where our authority will take the county's money to put it there, then we have the voice to complete. But individually, the lawmaker can say, I took my salary, I bought transformer with it because I don't want my people to be in darkness. That's a political goal he wants to score, but wherein they will take our people money, no. So that's the point. So we encourage Leap Energy to be lazy, to not do that they needful. So they relax because we don't know what bring it.
Okay, AB, different version to that. No one encouraging Leap Energy. Leap Energy is off for scam. And I know Jerry can look, Jerry feel I will say Leap Energy that no, you are just my brother, you are just ordinary brother ourselves. We are all Liberian. You not a Leap Energy, that organization, a company, but the company is not up to the tax. It's just unfortunate that you're working with the company, but the company is not up to the tax. So they don't want us to say it, and we'll say it. Look, the coring, the grade they are using is from Tulo Play. And nowhere a kid from Tulo Play reach total, there is split. The other one, we want on the right, going straight total, they're going all the way to Bogota, all the way Tabata. Then the other one is coming all the way Grand Gida County way. That's how it look like. That's how the quarry came. So if you say all the towns alone the great get quarry, then you're not sincere to the crown people. Because if you say that big mistake from True Play coming to town, all the big bars on people town, that whole area that BI district down there, that whole area, BI administrative district, no one electricity in on the town there. That one there. Then two, the transformer we're talking about. Leap Energy can that point out say, yeah, the other transformer, we don't want boy and do something. Let you say, oh, we bought one transformer before the Manigo quarter and it blow up. And so it blow up. Because you put heavy load, so it blows up when it blow up. Who responsibility? It said the citizen responsibility. We will not pay labor for all we not pay labor. So when you bring transformer when it blow up, all we know we want electricity will pay our labor like all. If we're not paying labor now they get person, oh, you're using current, I won't pay labor. We pay labor. We not care whether transformer blow up, it not blow, it's not our problem. Like 2, 3, you say you get the term of reference, your contract say they should operate in the scope of the gray line, they shouldn't leave the area. Then why go in my mother town? Why go in my mother town? My manual is from Tucson. And we get Tucson right on the main road and the third job we are building houses them. I went to the Tucson town, I read to the chapel, I mean right to the junction. But the real Tucson is inside there. So the Kevin transformer, Kevin calling and then he said no, that is local authority. That local authority agree for it to go. So local authority agree and then it oversee LDC mandate that LDC gave you. Because local authority get power now, it overcome the LDC mandate. So you are telling me tomorrow if I become one of the local authority too, I can take Corey to my place. Well, LDC now like LDC like I can take Corey to my village. Because my town to not on the road, my time is all of a sudden in town. Where are we going? So why should we be having 3 statements?
Mr. Brown, the wire passing in your let's say on your town rule.
Oh yeah, but I can take it for that checkpoint. The checkpoint can send it all the way to my town. And I want to do the 2 zones to take it from the checkpoint, right to the junction there. So my junction right down there, Caleta Junction, you take the current from you tap it, you send it straight to the border, and we'll go to my area. So,
Mr. Brown,
yeah,
I certainly want to come in. The only thing you're making great points, and to be honest, everyone wants the best for our country. And what you're stressing right now, you're kind of like holding Mr. Carr's feet to the fire and his company. So, all I want to say, when I listen to AB query and quiz our studio guest, Mr. Carr, he was being very stern on him, and he wanted answers, and he was pushing a limit, and that's the job of a reporter. You know what I'm saying? So when he come and vouch for an area where he saw lights, like he said, you're coming from Monrovia back to Grand Gida, and he saw electricity in certain area. I don't want to dismiss that. We can be frank with them, like you were challenging them to say you guys are not up to the task. Trust me, people, he has his thought. He's going to sit back and think, and maybe if he has a good mindset, he will go and challenge his company. He will challenge the lab company, and they will step it up, because that's why it is. You have to provide service to people.
Mr. Brown knows how to engage Jerry. He knows how to engage.
So that's the point, Mr. Brown. My point is, we cannot be dismissive of what.
No, you are right. That's why I say you are right. Not that I did, but you know, the statement Jerry, I don't know if he said it's a Jerry statement. He said all along the gray line. Coming to
I like how you counter him and you.
So I told him that where the current coming from, that's the west in between.
I agree.
Play to total. That's where nobody get current there.
Right.
So gray line down there too. That's gray line.
And that way I come to believe that they will go home and do some homework. And I hope we can bring that back to do better. You know what I mean? And I want people to call in.
Every other statement again, he said the LEC get them mandate that they should not get the current in.
But they keep on the main line, the major roads and stuff like that. Yeah.
Then he said no, that local authorities say we must do it. So
that remember I asked him for now the 2028.
Local authorities tell you to do it now. No problem, you can do it. Me, I have it because Tucson in my mother.
We gotta go, gentlemen. We gotta go.
But listen, if you ask me, AB, I will say next time try to get more publicity for the show when he's coming on, so people can call for all what's alive, so they can tell what the currents like.
I mean, we didn't just afford the ample time for the callers, but we had so many calls coming in.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't just give the ample
more time for that. Yeah. But all it was a good show. Yeah, but AB can get hot. He was getting hot with the guy. And he asked like 5 questions in a row. I was like, AB, we gotta take turns because you already on it still. But yeah, I like that. It's good stuff.
And that's what I meant. Brian attacking me. I was attacking my little brother. Yeah. Boy.
Okay.
I don't want the Reggie to be done at all.
Simple as that. That's all we clamor for in Liberia. We want the best.
Okay, gentlemen. So thank you. It was a wonderful time and it was a great show. We hope to be here today in the evening hour because day has broken already. Right, so we hope to be here this evening for another brand and fascinating edition of the platform. I beg to differ. But until then, do have yourself a nice and wonderful, pleasant night. Bye-bye.